Do you think the final minutes of a football match are just running around, nerves and balls being thrown into the box? Then maybe you're looking at the most obvious part of the game and missing out on the most intelligent aspects of it. Because when the score is tight, when a team wins by just one goal, when the entire stadium starts to feel that every second counts, football changes. And it changes before most people even realize it. The simple pass becomes riskier. The throw-in takes a little longer. The goalkeeper doesn't put the ball back into play the same way. The defender points, shouts, pushes the defensive line. The midfielder starts choosing better where to commit a foul. The tired striker finds the energy to press again. The coach abandons the bench. The substitutes stand up. And the referee becomes the subject of everyone's scrutiny with every gesture. To an outsider, it just looks like tension. It looks like desperation on one side and stalling tactics on the other. But on the field, a much deeper battle is taking place. A battle for control of the pace. In a World Cup match, this becomes even clearer. The winning team doesn't just want to protect the score. They want to reduce the number of things that can still happen. Fewer attacks, fewer crosses, fewer fouls near the penalty area, fewer rebounds, fewer loose balls inside their own penalty area, less chaos. Every second without danger becomes a small victory. On the other side, the losing team wants the exact opposite. They want to speed things up, quick free kicks, get the ball into the box, force a corner, win second balls, pressure the referee, push the opponent back. The play doesn't need to be clean. It needs to happen close to the goal. That's why the final minutes feel like a different sport altogether. The game ceases to be just about technique, ball possession, and tactical planning. It becomes about emotional control, reading the moment, experience, competitive cunning, and decision-making under maximum pressure. And the most interesting detail is that many plays that seem commonplace, a delay by the goalkeeper, a foul in midfield, a player protecting the ball near the corner flag, a substitution at the end of the game, can be clear signs of a team trying to dominate something that doesn't appear on the scoreboard. In the next few minutes, you'll understand why the end of a match isn't just the game's conclusion. Often, it's precisely there that the most intelligent, tense, and least noticed battle in football begins. Because if you think that, at the end of a match, one team is only attacking and the other only defending, you're missing the most important part of the story. In the final minutes, especially in a World Cup, the match ceases to be just a contest for the ball. It becomes a contest for control. Control of time, space, emotions, the referee, the crowd, and even the opponent's next decision. The team that's behind on the scoreboard doesn't just want to score a goal. They want to create opportunities. They want to turn every throw-in into a crossing chance, every foul in midfield into a cross, every challenge into a corner kick, every rebound into panic inside the penalty area. At that moment, playing beautifully may cease to be a priority. What matters is increasing the volume of dangerous situations before the game ends. The winning team, on the other hand, thinks in the opposite way. They don't want the game to just stay alive. They want to break the sequence. They want to breathe. They want to slow the pace down. They want to prevent the opponent from stringing together 3 or 4 attacks in a row. That's why a back pass can be intelligent. A protected ball near the corner flag can be as valuable as a shot on goal. A foul far from the penalty area can be a calculated decision. A calmer restart can reorganize an entire defense. To the spectators, it seems simple. One side in a hurry, the other trying to stall. But on the field, it's much more complex. Experienced players know that the end of the match isn't won with technique alone. It's won with reading the moment, composure, communication, and the right choice at the right second. That's why some teams seem to grow stronger in stoppage time, while others crumble. It's not just physical preparation. It's mental fortitude. It's competitive maturity. It's knowing what the game demands when your body is tired, the crowd is putting pressure on you, and any mistake could become headline news the next day. And this is where many people misinterpret things. Some actions that seem like mere delay, irritation, or provocation are actually part of a strategy to disrupt the opponent's rhythm. But there's a crucial detail. Not all delays are the same, and what many simply call stalling can, at certain times, be one of the smartest ways to control a match. Calling every delay a waste of time is an easy way to watch football. but it's also an incomplete way, because, in the final minutes, a slow restart, a ball protected at the corner flag, or a free kick taken without haste, may seem like mere attempts to waste time. But for those on the field, these actions have a greater function: to break the opponent's emotional rhythm. Imagine a team that's losing and has just created 2 chances in a row. The crowd roars. The players start to believe. The fullback takes a quick free kick. The midfielder calls for the ball. The striker points towards the penalty area. The opponent senses that the game is slipping away. At this point, the winning team needs not only to defend better, but also to stop the avalanche of negative energy. That's where game intelligence comes in. The goalkeeper holds the ball and talks to the defenders. The midfielder calls someone over before taking a free kick. The striker holds the ball near the corner flag, shields it with his body, and forces the defender to commit a foul or concede a throw-in. The captain approaches the referee, not just to complain, but to calm things down and reorganize his team. For the fan, this might seem irritating. For the experienced player, it could be a matter of competitive survival. In the World Cup, this detail becomes even more important. Nobody wants to be the player who loses possession in the last minute. Nobody wants to give away a ball that could have been managed. Nobody wants to hand the opponent yet another clean ball to cross into the box. Therefore, every simple decision takes on weight. Short pass or clear. Protect the ball or accelerate. Draw the foul or attempt a dribble. Take the free kick quickly or wait for the team to catch its breath. What looks small on television can be huge in the game. Holding the ball for a few seconds can prevent the opponent from building a sequence of plays. Winning a throw-in can relieve pressure on your own penalty area. Making the opponent chase the ball near the corner flag can be as important as dispossessing them inside the area. But there is a limit, and that limit is delicate. The same action that can be seen as experimentation can also be interpreted as deliberate delay. The same calmness that protects an advantage can irritate the referee. The same strategy that slows down the game can result in a card, added time, or loss of emotional control. And that's where a figure comes in that many people only notice when they disagree with them: the referee. You might think the referee only really gets involved in the game when he whistles for a foul, shows a card, or awards a penalty. But in the final minutes, he's controlling much more than just fouls. He is trying to prevent the match from turning into a spectacle of delays, complaints, and calculated interruptions. When a team is winning and starts to linger on each restart, the referee notices. When the goalkeeper holds onto the ball too long, he observes. When a player falls far from the play and takes too long to get up, he assesses. When a substitution happens slowly, he monitors it. And when several players surround the referee after a simple foul, he understands that this can also be part of the struggle for rhythm. The point is that the referee can't whistle every second of delay as if he were a machine. Football involves contact, fatigue, pressure, conversation, emotion, and context. He needs to separate what is a natural consequence of the game from what is a clear attempt to delay the restart. And that's one of the most difficult tasks in a big match. If he allows too much, the game stalls. The losing team revolts, the fans put pressure on the opponent, the players get irritated, and the match loses its flow. If he intervenes too much, he becomes the protagonist, disrupts the flow, and starts to emotionally influence every play. That's why in the final minutes, small signs appear that many people ignore. The referee points to his watch, signaling that he's paying attention. He tells the goalkeeper to speed up. He calls the substituted player over to get off the ball faster. He talks to the captain. He warns anyone who delays a free kick. And, when necessary, he turns that delay into added time or a yellow card. There's also the tactical foul, that infraction far from the penalty area in midfield that interrupts a counterattack before it becomes a dangerous situation. To someone watching without paying attention, it just looks like a common foul. To someone who understands the game, it can be a calculated decision, stopping the play now so as not to have to defend by running backwards 3 seconds later. In the World Cup, this is even more important, because every referee's decision alters the atmosphere of the match. A card for delaying the game can change a goalkeeper's behavior. An unpunished tactical foul can irritate the opponent. An extra amount of added time can restore hope to those who seemed powerless. While the players compete for the ball, The referee fights for control of the environment. He needs to keep the game alive, prevent abuses, and at the same time, let the match be decided by the athletes. But there's an even more intense side to this war. While one team tries to slow down every play, the other does the opposite. It turns every ball, every throw-in, and every rebound into an emergency near the goal. And here's another common misinterpretation, thinking that the losing team lost its organization because it panicked. Not always. Sometimes, what seems like a mess is a choice. A risky, uncomfortable, but necessary choice. Trading control for volume. Trading patience for urgency. Trading clean construction for presence within the area. In the final minutes, especially in a World Cup match, the team that's behind on the scoreboard understands one simple thing. There's no more time to look for the perfect play. The clock forces a change of plan. The safe pass loses its value. Possession without aggression becomes the enemy. The attack needs to happen quickly, even if it's not pretty. That's why you see defenders becoming center forwards, defensive midfielders dropping into midfield to collect rebounds, fullbacks throwing the ball directly into the box, players appealing for a foul on any contact, the opposing goalkeeper trying to calm down the defense while his own penalty area starts to get crowded. The game stops seeking beauty and starts seeking accidents. A deflection, a loose ball, a corner kick, a free kick from the side, a communication error, a poorly cleared ball. To the spectators, it might seem like the team has given up on football, but often they are trying to create the kind of chaos that a tired defense fears most. Because at the end of the match, the defender is also at his limit. His legs are heavy, his thinking slows down, the fear of failure increases, and a seemingly simple ball lifted into the area can become a huge problem when everyone is under pressure. This is the detail that changes the way you watch. The losing team isn't necessarily attacking better. It's increasing the number of situations that can go wrong for the opponent, and that changes everything. A poor cross can turn into a corner kick. A blocked shot can turn into a rebound. A tackle can turn into a foul. A high ball can force the goalkeeper to come out amidst several players. Each play feeds into the next. The fans feel it. The bench rises. The referee is surrounded by complaints. The team that was secure begins to retreat more than planned. At that moment, the field seems to shrink. The game begins to take place near a single penalty area. And there, amidst the pressure, it's not just the most technically skilled team that wins. It's the team that can think when the game itself is trying to distract them. Because the final minutes reveal something that statistics almost never show: the players' minds under maximum pressure. And that's exactly what transforms an ordinary match into a historic World Cup game. When the final whistle blows, much has already been decided beforehand. The game wasn't defined solely by the shot that went in, the goalkeeper's save, or the mistake shown in the replay. It was also defined by the hidden seconds, the foul committed far from the penalty area, the ball protected near the corner flag, the goalkeeper who waited for the defense to catch their breath, the defender who didn't clear the ball, the captain who calmed the team when everyone seemed at their limit. This is what changes the way we watch football. From now on, when a match reaches its final minutes, you won't just look at the score. You'll notice who's trying to speed up the game and who's trying to break the rhythm. You'll see when a team trades organization for volume. You'll understand why a throw-in, a corner kick, a substitution, or a foul in midfield can carry much more intention than it seems. Because football isn't just about the ball rolling. It's about rules, reading the game, pressure, detail, communication, and choice. It's a tired player deciding in a second whether to clear the ball or try to play it out from the back. It's a coach yelling at the team to push forward while the entire bench feels the weight of the clock. It's the referee trying to maintain control without stealing the spotlight. It's a defense trying to survive yet another ball in the box. It's an attack trying to turn the final play into history. And during the World Cup, all of this becomes even bigger. It's not just a club, a round, or 3 points. It's a national jersey, a generation, a career, an entire country holding its breath. That's why the final minutes of a World Cup match have a different kind of tension. There, football ceases to be just technique and becomes mentality. Those who understand the game know that winning also means knowing how to suffer. It's about breathing when the entire stadium is in a panic. It's about choosing when to accelerate and when to pause. It's about protecting the ball without losing courage. It's about defending without giving in to fear. It's about attacking without losing lucidity. So, the next time you watch a close finish, don't just see the frantic pace. See the invisible struggle. See the team trying to run down the clock without losing control. See the opponent trying to create chaos to find an opportunity. See the small gestures that almost no one talks about, but that can change an entire match. Because often, the most intelligent football isn't found in the most beautiful play. It's in the detail that almost goes unnoticed. If this video made you see the game in a different way, leave a like, comment on which detail from the final minutes you had never noticed before, and subscribe to the channel. In the next video, we'll look at another aspect of football that everyone watches but few people really understand.